Again, I went here, came over to the feature match area, and I challenged Rob to the deck challenge. And he said, I got another cool and interesting deck for you.
I very much
that
do.
you can play.
Yeah.
And so again, if you haven't seen the other segment that we have recorded, it's basically I'm asking him, what kind of cool deck could I play? What do you have in mind? That's not one of the big three, big four decks that we're going to see this weekend over and over again.
There is this one.
What is that? We got Gagaga, Mancer. I think Gagaga is a fun deck.
Gagaga is a very, very fun deck.
That's the last time I checked.
Yeah.
Is it also competitive?
It can be.
It can be.
There are things that it falls down to. Unfortunately, one of those is Necros.
All right.
Yeah, basically anything that stops you special summoning because it relies so heavily on it, that's where it falls down.
But that is true for a number of decks.
Yes, but also this likes to Xe summon a lot, so you also have problems with Shadow. There are ways around it. You can run multiple things like Book of Eclipse, your own sort of negation for special summoning.
Yeah.
They're just the standard ways around it.
Okay. Well, let's see what we have here. Maybe I'm still going to be convinced at the end of the day. So we got the Gagaga Mancer.
Okay, now Gagaga Mancer, it's, I believe, one of the new cards from World Superstars. I think it says there.
It just says World Superstars, yes.
Yes. Now, what that does is, it's very, very small. It's 100 attack, 100 defense, level 4. You can special summon a Gagaga monster from your graveyard, but you can only special summon Gagaga monsters for the rest of the turn.
I don't think that's going to be a problem in our deck.
Yeah, but, well, it means that you can't Xe summon, apart from things like Gagaga Samurai and Gagaga Cowboy. Yeah.
Okay, then we got the Sister.
That's, again, a new card from World Superstars.
Yes.
What that does for you, when you normal summon it, you can fetch any Gagaga spell trap card from your deck, add it to your hand. Also, its other effect is you can target another Gagaga monster on the field, add Sister's level to that.
2+4,
for example.
in this case.
And then both of those would be level 6.
Okay. So I can go for some of the more complicated Xe summons.
Yeah, it means that you can go for things like level 10s, for level 9s, things like that. It's stuff that you couldn't quite reach before.
Okay. Well, let's see if we find something to combine that with.
Now, Gagaga Child. If you have a Gagaga monster, that isn't a Gagaga Child, you can special summon it from your hand, but you can't do your battle phase this turn. It also has the effect that most Gagaga have, that you can copy a level of one of your other monsters if it has a different level.
Okay, well, I can live with that. This is the All-Star, I guess, when it comes to Exceed summons.
Yes.
That's the Magician.
It can change its level to any level between 1 and 8. So, for example, if you played Gagaga Magician, special summon to Gagaga Sister, or normal summon to Gagaga Sister, went to Gagaga Wind, special summon to Magician, played a Child, you can make any Xyz monster you want to make that isn't type specific.
Okay.
And it could be, even if it needs 3 materials, you've got them all there of any level, between 1 and 10.
All right. That sounds not too bad. And I got the Gagaga Girl.
Gagaga Girl targets a Gagaga Magician and becomes the same level as it. So it's just another way of doing it if you don't have a Gagaga Child and if you can special summon it.
Right. And last, but certainly not least, we got the Gardener.
Gagaga Gardener, it's going to stop any attacks. It's basically a big, big wall so you can stall, get your cards together, get your combos together, and you have it there as a level 4 if you need to later on.
All right. Well, most of this seems quite interesting. This is the only card that special summons, if I'm not all
no,
the Child.
The Child is the one that special summons itself, yes.
So that means I'm relying a lot on my normal summon.
Yes, but there are cards in the Spell and Trap lineup that really, really help you with that.
All right, let's look at those. We got Raigeki. We got a Soul Charge. That is...
Soul Charge is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot of special summons right there. Okay, but what if I don't have them in my graveyard yet? What is this card?
Now, that is one of the new cards, I do believe.
From PGLD.
Yes. What it is
Premium Gold.
Yeah. What it's going to do for you is, if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can special summon a Gagaga monster from your deck.
So it's a little bit like a Cyber Dragon,
but from the deck.
Instead of a Cyber Dragon, you're gonna get any of these guys.
Yes. But you can only Xe summon for the rest of the turn. So special summon like a Magician, for example, play Gagaga Sister, go fetch something else because it's really useful, and then you're able to instantly make Xe summons.
Okay. It's all about Exceed summons in this deck.
Yes. Well, it's the main character's deck from Zexal.
Yeah, so that makes sense, yeah. All right, then we got the Gagaga Wind.
Gagaga Wind, we only play one because it's extremely searchable.
Mm-hmm.
special summons a level 4 monster, level 4 Gagaga monster. By that I mean it special summons a Gagaga monster as a level 4.
Oh, okay.
So you can make your combos with that just by playing Sister. You've immediately got Gagaga Wind to your hand. You can play
Although
the monster.
we're losing 2 cards.
Yes.
Like you're losing the wind together with one of the monsters, so you have to make up for that disadvantage, I guess.
There are ways of winning in one turn with this.
Oh,
deck.
okay. So I'm just card advantage doesn't matter when I'm winning the game.
when
right
you're
there.
about to win. Yeah.
Okay. Dark Hole is a little bit like Regaki,
Yep.
I guess. And then we got the Gagaga Revenge.
Now, this, if anybody remembers, an incredibly forbidden card, which is Premature Burial.
I think I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically lets you special summon a monster from your graveyard for free.
Okay.
It's
so
a quick card.
Play this, bring something back from the graveyard.
Yeah, and it equips to that card.
Okay.
Then, if you use that monster as an Xyz material, all of your Xyz monsters gain 300 attack.
Okay.
So it's really, really versatile, and it has an added benefit as well.
And this is probably where the speed comes in. After we have seen so many combos and everything, this is how I get to my cards with the Gagaga Draw and the Wonder Wand.
Yeah, Gagaga Draw is banish 3 Gagaga monsters from your graveyard, draw 2 cards. It's not often that you really actually have the monsters in there, to be honest with you, at the moment, but it really depends how you're working with your Xyz, if you're getting through a lot of them. Wonder Wand, most of your monsters are spellcasters, it's just Gardener that isn't. And with Gagaga Revenge, it's nothing to tribute a monster. The same with Advanced Draw, because Gagaga Magician can make itself any level.
All right, what else do we have? We have a Space Typhoon, don't have to talk about that. Book of Moon, don't have to talk about that. Mind Control, and this is another Gagaga card, the Gagaga Bolt.
It just destroys 1 card on the field if you got a Gagaga monster.
This is like a better Book of Moon. It's not a quick play spell card, but it's just get rid of whatever is in your way.
Get rid of any card.
And then we got the new Crush Card Virus.
Yes, the new Premium Gold Crush Card Virus. Now, most of your monsters have less than 1,000 attack.
Okay.
They are all dark.
So you can
from
tribute them to activate the Crush Card.
Yeah. So most decks these days will run monsters with 1,500 or more attack. I don't believe there's that many in Necrolls that isn't.
Yeah. I think should all have a couple of monsters that are below.
Things like Falco and Hedgehog and things like that.
But against Necros, this is a pretty good card.
Yes, it's going to dump all of the monsters out of their hand. They're not going to be able to use them as hand traps, basically.
Okay.
Or anything like that. So it's a really nice card to have. Gives you a massive advantage. But it does have now the new drawback, because I don't know if anybody remembers the old Crush card, which was ridiculous.
I do.
The new Crush card means that your opponent doesn't take any sort of damage whatsoever until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you can't use it to set up 1-turn kills, unfortunately.
Funny thing is, when Crush Card Virus first came out, people were salty because it didn't have the original effect from the anime. They were like, this card isn't good enough. Then it got banned. Now it's back. It's still a little bit worse, and it's still a really good card.
Yes.
So now you can tell how good this card used to be. All right, let's just talk about those few cards that we see in the extra deck here, and then we're done with it, I guess. We have a number of options with all of these guys.
You can play any Xyz monster that isn't type restricted.
Why are these 4 there? Just to highlight the different options that you don't play in other decks?
No, what it is really is these are kind of some of the prime targets for this deck.
Okay.
Gagaga Samurai, because sometimes you can only special summon Gagaga monsters, plus it lets you attack twice. Now with Gagaga Cowboy, which can increase its attack, and the other effect of this, sorry, I missed that off, is when you detach it as a material, your monster gains 500 attack for that turn.
So that would be a 2/4.
And then if you use Gagaga Revenge, it becomes 2/7. If you put it onto Gagaga Cowboy, which becomes 2,500 attack, I believe, gains 1,000 attack and takes off from your opponent.
Yeah.
Making it even bigger and then attacking twice with it is kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
Now, number 33 is also there as well. Now, this is the card that allows you to set up your 1-turn kill.
Oh.
Now, Gagaga Girl has an effect, which is if it's used as a material for an Xyz summon, you could target 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field and make its attack 0.
Okay. So
now,
let's pick something big. Trishula.
Valkyrus, for example.
Okay.
Valkyrus is 2,900 attack. It's a nice attack. It's quite big. It's quite threatening. Or Decisive Armor, which is 3,300.
I heard so, yeah.
Now, if you...
They go down to 0.
Yes, they are now down to 0. Number 33's effect is Detach. Inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the difference in attack from an original attack of a monster on your opponent's side of the field.
So that will be 2/9 in this case.
Yeah, so 2,900. And then
pretty good.
You gain the attack on top of that.
Also pretty good.
So it's 2,400 and 2,900.
Yes.
And now your opponent has a monster that's only 0 attack. So you attack over that, and that is game.
That is a lot of damage.
Yes, in one turn with 2 cards.
Okay, how consistently does this deck go off?
Very, very much so. Simply because Gagaga Sister is constantly searching you out all of your cards. Gagaga Child can special summon itself. You've got plenty of options with Xyz monsters anyway. You've got all of your draw. You've got ways to bring your monsters back. Even Mind Control is ridiculous in this deck. Steal your opponent's monster, play a Magician, overlay.
Go for it.
You've also got a couple of other cards in there. You've got the Dark Matter Dragon.
Yeah.
Which you can make quite easily, again, as I said, with the combo with Gagaga Sister, Child, and Magician.
Okay.
And then good old Tachyon Dragon, number 107, just negate everything on the field.
All right. So, also a deck that comes, surprises opponents, I guess.
Yep.
Catches them off guard. And with the element of surprise, we've seen quite a few guys going all the way into day 2 at least, and then also doing well in the top cut. Problem is if your opponent knows what you're playing and if they know how to play against this. But this seems very unique. I like it, I gotta say. What is your final verdict on this deck?
I would give it probably another 4.
Another 4?
Simply because it will rely on your side deck to be competitive.
I don't want to give the same grade as before, so I'm going with the 5 here. That's it from the strategy desk. That's it for decks that we have this weekend, I think.
I believe so, yes.
Yes. So you're going to see maybe this deck. Other than that, a little bit of Necros, I guess,
Yep.
every now and then.
Necros, Shadow, Satella, Burning Abyss with Infernoid. There's a lot of decks that we're looking forward to. And of course, Cliffort, which is an old favourite of a lot of people.
If you have a very unique deck, just let us know. We would love to feature your deck and show it to the world so people get an idea of what else there is that you can play to do well at a YCS. That's it for now from the strategy desk. Thank you so much, Rob, for running me through that deck. And we're going to be right back. So don't go anywhere.